Hello, welcome to Spanish Lessons with Dr. Alan Davison. The videos in this series are designed to be used with the Blurzo el Burro graded Spanish reader. The reader is available at Amazon.com or through my website at blurzo.com. Have fun. In this lesson, we will look at telling time. Okay, that would be the reading selection on page 6 in the Blurzo el Burro book. Okay, when we're telling time in Spanish, interestingly enough, we use the verb ser. So somehow that moment is permanent in the course of history. Uh, you want to say what time it is? We start out with some conjugated form of the verb ser plus either la or las, which is referring to la hora. Excuse me, let's write that properly. La hora. And then the number, whatever the time is. For example, if it were 1 o'clock, then you would say es, because it's only 1 hour. Then you'd have la, one again referring to 1 hour, es la, and then the number, since this hora is feminine, you'd have una. Okay? If it were 2 o'clock, you would have the third person plural form of the verb ser, not es, but son, more than 1 hour. So you'd have las, and then dos. Okay? Likewise, let's say 5 o'clock would be more than 1 hour, so son las cinco. Okay, this la or las is important because that's what lets the listener know that the number una, dos, cinco is referring to horas, hours. Okay, when we're asking what time it is in Spanish, we actually ask literally, what hour is it? We say, ¿qué hora es? What hour is it? The response could be, es la una, son las dos, son las cinco. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, let's hang on to that since that's our basic question phrase. Let's move that over here. ¿Qué hora es? Okay. Now, of course, sometimes it's not right on the hour. So let's say it were what 3:09. Then you would say son, more than 1 hour. Las, again, you're talking about hours. Son las 3:09, literally 3 and 9. 3 and 9 minutes. It is 3:09. If you had 3:15, son las 3:15, you can say either 15 for 15 or cuarto, which means 1/4, 3 and a quarter. Okay, 3:15. 3:30 would be son las 3:00. You could say 30, which is 30, or you could also say media, which comes from 1/2. Okay, 3:30, 3:30. Traditionally in Spanish, when you pass the half hour, thinking in terms of the traditional clock, the circular clock, most Spanish speakers would begin to subtract from the next hour. So 3:50, you could say, and this is what you'll hear very often nowadays because of digital watches, son las 3:50, which is 50, right? Or you could say, for the same hour, son las 4 menos, minus 10. 4 minus 10, 3:50. All of those are, either of those are acceptable for 3:50. Okay, so that's how we tell what time it is, answering the question, ¿qué hora es? Son las dos, son las cinco, es la 1:30, whatever it might be. Another question would be at what time something happens. For example, ¿a qué hora? Do a verb you may not have seen yet, but that's all right. ¿A qué hora estudias? Okay, you're asking here, at what hour do you study? Okay, the here, this is one time in Spanish when will mean at. Generally, means to or towards and is used with verbs of motion, but here it means at. Okay, so ¿a qué hora estudias? And you need that accent on the que. That's what makes que mean what. Okay, so the response would be yo, and we'll see the conjugations of the AR verb soon. Yo estudio a, and then you just go back up here and you use the la or las plus the number. Okay, la or las plus the number. So estudio a las 3, meaning I study at 3. Or if the question were a qué hora estudia él, then you might respond él estudia a las 6:30. Okay, at 6:30. So, ¿a qué hora estudias? At what hour do you study? ¿Qué hora es? What hour is it right now? Okay, and finally, I'll make that smaller. Put that over here for you. And finally, how do we render AM, PM, etc.? Okay, so if you want to say it is, and again we're back here to que hora es, so we're using the verb ser. It is 4:15 in the afternoon, and you would say more than 1 hour. Son las 4:15. Let's put 15 or cuarto. You could also use de la tarde. Okay, tarde afternoon. Okay, if it were 7 p.m., 7 o'clock, so now we're into evening. Son las 7 de la noche. Okay, if it were 7 a.m., then it would be son las 7 de la mañana. So you simply use de, and then you let the listener know if it's the afternoon, the evening, or the morning. Okay? And finally, we have the two words el mediodía, which is noon, literally midday. And we have la medianoche, which is midnight. Which is midnight. Okay? El mediodía, this is masculine because día is masculine. La medianoche is feminine because noche is feminine. Okay? El mediodía, la medianoche. Okay, there you have it.